Hello everyone, I'm Tom Chapman, and today I'm going to teach you how to clean your brass instrument. As a side note, this video is for brass instruments only, so if you play a woodwind instrument, this video isn't for you. You should be cleaning your instrument daily with a swab. Cleaning your brass instrument should be done every 3 to 4 months, and there's a few materials involved, so let's begin. The process for washing a brass instrument is similar for all brass instruments. To begin with, you need the following. First, you need somewhere to submerge your instrument. A kitchen sink works for trumpets, and bathtubs are best for all other instruments. Next, you want a towel or a rubber mat to protect the tub and sink and the instrument from scratches, and it needs to be one that you don't mind ruining. You also need non-abrasive dish soap, a washcloth, also that you don't mind ruining, a mouthpiece brush for your instrument, a valve casing brush, also for your instrument, a cleaning snake, also for your instrument, a towel for drying, valve and slide oil, and some sort of slide grease. Slide grease that you buy from the store works great, but you can also use petroleum jelly or Vaseline. Now that you've assembled your materials, we need to disassemble the instrument to prepare it for bathing. The first thing that we need to do is take out all the slides. This could range from 2 slides on a trombone to up to 9 slides for a French horn. I'm going to demonstrate it on my trumpet. Removing all the slides, the main tuning slide, and each of the slides for each valve. And the mouthpiece. The next step is we need to remove the valves. This only applies for piston valves. Piston valves are valves that when you press them down, they just move up and down. You want to remove all 3 of the valves and make sure you keep track of what order you take them out in, as each valve is designed to go in a specific place. Also, when disassembling the valves, you want to take off the valve caps on the bottom of the instrument, as these will need to be cleaned as well. The other type of valve besides a piston valve is a rotary valve, which when you push it, it rotates around in its valve casing. When you clean a rotary valve instrument, you don't want to remove the valve like you did the piston valve, but you still want to remove the valve caps that are on top, so as to clean that part of the valve and the valve cap. Now that you've disassembled your instrument, we need to actually put it in the water to bathe it. You need to take your tub, bathtub or sink, and fill it up with lukewarm water and dishwashing soap. It needs to be warm enough that it'll clean the instrument, but not so hot that the lacquer will peel off. And you need to fill it enough so it at least partially submerges the instrument and the instrument fills up with soapy water. We're going to take the instrument, place it in the water, and we're going to let it soak for 5 minutes to break up all the gunk that is built up there since it was last cleaned. After your instrument is soaked, we want to take a washcloth and go through and wipe off the exterior of all parts of the instruments, paying special attention to all slides and the piston valves. Next, take your mouthpiece brush and your mouthpiece and brush out the inside of the shank and the throat. Then, take your washcloth and wipe off the exterior of the mouthpiece. And that is it for the mouthpiece. You do want to do this part while submerged in the water so that anything you clean out of your instrument stays in the water. For piston valves, you also want to take your mouthpiece brush and clean out the holes in the valves themselves, as stuff likes to build up there. Next, take your snake and scrub out the inside of each of the slides. I usually run my snake through twice to ensure that I get it completely cleaned. Some slides are too small to run completely through. For those ones, such as a trumpet third valve slide, where the angle is too sharp, scrub it out as best as you can with your snake. Again, this is best to do submerged, as when you clean things out, it doesn't go anywhere. You'll also want to take your snake and clean out your lead pipe and all other pipes on your instrument, especially where slides connect. Next, for piston valve instruments, you want to take your valve casing brush and clean out each of your valve casings. You also want to do this while the instrument is submerged in the water. On rotary valve instruments, make sure when you clean out your slide that you also go a little further to get to the valve casing. Scrub out both sides, and then remove the snake, push down the valve, and do it again. This will ensure that all parts of the valve are cleaned out. Next, we want to completely rinse out our instrument. For this, empty your bathtub or sink and refill it with non-soapy water. Resubmerge your instrument and completely clear all the soap out of it. For rotary valve instruments, while it's submerged, depress the valves a few times to get all the soap out of every part of the valve. Once your instrument is thoroughly rinsed, remove it from the water and take a towel and dry off the exterior of all parts of the instrument. Now that you've finished drying off all the parts of your instrument, it's time to reassemble it. As you reassemble, this is a great time to reapply any slide grease to all moving parts and slides and reapply valve oil to your valves. Remember that on a trombone slide, you use slide oil and not slide grease, as this will ensure that your instrument moves smoothly. You can also take this opportunity to grease the threads on any of the screwed-on parts of your instrument. This will ensure that the next time you clean your instrument, you can easily remove them. When you reassemble your French horn, remember that when you oil your valves, you want to deposit valve oil into your slides and then wiggle the valve a few times. And then also remember to apply a little bit of valve oil under the cap on this little nub. And with that, you have finished cleaning your brass instrument. As a reminder, you need to clean your brass instrument once every 3 to 4 months to keep it functioning properly and completely clean. Thank you for watching.